Okay, I think everybody's heard maybe the no-nonsense Forex guy. I guess I have to give this guy a break. He's in the United States, so he's not able to hedge. He's probably going to have a fuck of a time scaling in and out with first in, first out. So the thing is that he could still do it. You could still have a short account and a long account. It's just more work. You could have an account that trades 10Ks, one that trades 5Ks. I don't know what the limit accounts have. Most brokers, you could have at least 10 accounts. It would take more work, but it would make more sense if you truly want to be the guy that's making money smoothly. With it's like you're going to have equity that is smoothly going up instead of erratically going up and down, or radically up, maybe no trades, and then your magical indicators queue up. So the indicator fallacy, I would say, as it would, if it's going to make you money. Can the indicator on your car make you money? Well, maybe save you money, right? Because it's the indicator light comes on, you're out of oil, it's overheating, air pressure's low on tires, maybe you're running low on hookers in the back seat, the hooker meter, a hooker alarm in your limo, and every 10 hours that goes by, there's no hookers in the back seat. Ruh-roh. Where's the hookers in these guys? Tom Vu had nailed it with the bikinis. Where are the hookers in these fucking blinged out Forex videos? This isn't one. This is going to be dry as a bone. This guy's got the loudest fucking bumper music that's clipped as shit. It's like fucking 50% distortion. Unharmonic distortion. Not even the good kind. Top 100. Dude, if you need more than one indicator, or 3, you've fucking got a problem. RSI is the best indicator if you need an index of price and momentum closing prices. It is the ultimate. It goes from 0 to 100, very clean rules. There's trend rules just for that, without even a moving average. There's trend rules for it. So if you're above 40, if you're above 60, it's an uptrend. Below 40, it's a downtrend. That goes against conventional wisdom of overbought, oversold, because you got to fucking, if you're going to do a 14-period RSI, you're above 60, it's bullish. Below 40, it's bearish. Now, this is hard to take, that rule, if you're looking for divergence and stuff, or if you're looking for overbought, oversold. But when trends go, they go. There's no fucking such thing as overbought when it's going up. Overbought, it's kind of a range trading idea. This guy also, because he won't give away his algorithm, I'm not going to give it away. I don't get what this guy's about. Is he just here to torture us to death? What the fuck? I guess he must be selling something. I just don't get how this guy just wants to torture us with his nonsense Forex. Let's take a peek into total nonsense Forex, I'm calling this. Just know, now this is like, it reminds me of the NLP shit where, or mantras. I got up in the morning and said, I'm a winner. No, you're not. You're a total fucking loser. Now get used to it. Every moment you're trading, you're losing. You're locking up margin. You're probably underwater. If you're gonna make 100 pips, you're probably gonna take a 50 pip drawdown before the market goes your way, because you're using these fucking indicators. Don't forget. So are you prepared for that? Well, so I see it's right. I back tested it. The probability's on my side. Okay. So look at this. I feel like I'm subliminally, and look at this wonderful, like, kind of, he did like a chalkboard kind of, well, I wiped my chalkboard down for this one background. Where do you find this fucking graphics? This cornball DJ voice this guy's got. Fucking blow my brains out. This is gonna Dude, is gonna in the Oxford English Dictionary already? Is that a real word, gonna? Just know this was gonna be for my list. Still working on the fix. Now he blew up his computer. I guess he's trying to be amateur. I'm just so homespun. I blew up a computer to send this out. I don't get it. What? I don't care. We all blow up computers. This guy is just so manipulative. It's some total bullshit. I don't see one fucking trade this fucker's ever fucking done. Even a bullshit trade. Oh, God. This is this fucking cornball.
Hey, guess what, guy, girl? You are on the list. Everything is cool. Get ready for the next thing I send out.
Next thing. Dude, I'm so impatient. If you draw out one more fucking word, say what you got to say. Be done with it. Fucking nail it. I don't care if you don't complete a sentence.
Whenever that is. Probably another couple months.
Is this guy... It's like that chick from that fucking blood test thing.
From now.
She's the chick that never blinks. The blonde that never blinks. That fucking talks in like... in floating abstractions.
So just a heads up on that. But for the new people...
Heads up on that. I'm going to reach out to our team. We're going to escalate this one. Yeah, it looks like they fucking blew up your hut. Oh, I'm sorry. One of the naked natural gas naked traders? Come over here. We're seeing you in the back room.
Well, if you want to be on this list, all you have to do is go...
Is this like Schindler's List? Am I going to survive the big boys that throw me up against the electric fence?
To nononsenseforex.com. That is the homepage for everything we do.
Everything we do. What is that sing-songy? What is with the sing-songy? Hi, I guess it's like a Canadian that's on a loop. Caught in it. Maybe he's actually signaling to all the pop song writers of songs.
Off to the right and down a bit. There.
I almost felt like we were going off to the right and down. Off to the right and down a bit. And notice there's never anything on the fucking screen, but this guy, just know, this guy tries, from the moment I met this fucker on YouTube, this persona of insanity, what the fuck? Show me a chart.
There is a little form where you just put your name and your email.
My name, what would that be? Is that my driver's license?
And you're pretty much all good to go.
I'm good to go. Oh, fuck, that was a bitch. What's next? What's next, coach?
If you have done that, you should be on the list.
Huh. Oh, cool. I'm on the list. Well, hey, I'm telling my parent. Can I call my parents and tell them I'm on the list now?
And if I send something out and it turns out you didn't get it,
my mom's going to bring me some cookies here.
Well, just go do it again, and then you will be...
Do it again? Like, you mean like Steely Dan, go back, Jack, and do it again?
On the list. And for those of you who don't know, I sent
you a Chrome...
out either a tip or...
a Chrome tip. Oh, my.
Or a top 100 indicator, whatever the case is, to people that are on that list exclusively.
Exclusively. Look how special everybody is in our class. Is this guy kidding? Who is this guy? Is this like Alex Stokes? Is this guy from Empowered Trading dropout student that decided to start his own prop firm? Turns out he was studied under the wing of Empowered Trading.
It didn't happen that way this time, which is fine. But it has in the past, and it will continue to happen as long as I'm able to keep this thing afloat.
You might want to don't make any wide turns. I think we all learned a lesson from that one.
But, just know in this video, not everything is going to make sense, but that's fine.
Not all of this will make sense. I thought it said all of this will not make sense. My dyslexia made sense out of that. Not any of this will make any sense.
And what you can do instead is go to my beginners video. I will put the
Okay. Dude, if this ain't beginners here, maybe I know too much, but if we're not at beginner stage here right here. Beginner stages, get on a list and be very proud to let you be a member of my list.
Link down in the description below. Whether you are a beginning Forex trader or not.
I'm a newbie. Is that like beginner?
This channel does things completely different
I'm like, mice and men, just keep thinking about rap.
Any other channel or any other website, anything that you have been a part of. And it's a really good thing. I think you're going to like what you see, but you
Oh boy, there's hot chicks there.
really owe it to yourself to
I
start
owe it to myself to get a higher grade hooker.
there. So for all my regular viewers, thank you for being patient through this.
Oh my God, how they do it. So the guy's 2.5 minutes in, and the regular listeners are like, dude.
First 2.5 minutes or so. It's only fair to new viewers that we catch them up
What about us people that have endured your bullshit for 1 year already?
a bit. But for the rest of us, here we go. It is
Here we have like Road Riders, your point.
called the SSL channel chart.
Dude, I really thought this was going to be a solid state logic. Fucking gotta do a console. A mixing board. The highest end mixing board is an SSL channel. And I really thought this is a, when this popped up in my YouTube recommendations, I thought it was for high-end studio shit.
Alert.
Like the SSL channel strip.
It is in my top 100. Now, when I say top 100, I do not mean really my top 50. I mean in that
God,
50
no.
to 100 range.
Could you just blow your brains out at this point, please? Wait a second. So he dialed it in from 0 to 100, but he's going to do you a favor. And this is not a Fibonacci. He could have done 62 out of 100. This is in the top 100. But not near the bottom of the top 100. Are you kidding me? This ain't like the 30th, dude. This is anywhere from 50 to 100.
For those of you who don't know, I am an indicator guy.
I don't know.
I am an expert on indicators pretty much by default because
He's an expert on indicators pretty much by default. Is this guy going to be okay? Like, what the fuck happened to this guy? The Borg has assimilated him into Indicatorville.
most people who use indicators in any capacity use the same
Dude, I've looked at indicators for 30 years. Trust me. You're like at year 2 of indicators.
handful of really bad ones. So
Really bad ones. Oh, bad indicator. Come here, indicator. I'm going to give you a spanking.
they can't really consider themselves much of anything, but I have tested thousands.
And I bet he tested it with a 20 pips stoppers, 2% of his account. So he's determined that indicator doesn't work.
And I've tested them thoroughly. And out of
Thoroughly. Trust me. He won't even tell you where the SSL channel is. He's broke it down. It's somewhere between 50 and 100.
those, I have in my possession pretty much
In his possession, like an arsenal of AR-15s with different colors. Orange, blue, red.
top 100 that I always keep around.
He keeps them around. Hey, can you open the drawer there and give me another indicator? I'm about to put a big fat trade. That's right. Honey, it's in this bottom drawer there. Yeah, it's in the lower 20, but sometimes it works.
Just so I can refer back to them, plug them in on a different setting. You never know when they might come
Oh,
in.
gosh, you just never know. And that fucking, those leather pants are going to come in handy in a size 29. You know, sometimes, we can't find the slim girls we want.
Handy. And I am sharing some of those every once in a while with you.
Oh, he's only going to share some of us. He's a very exclusive guy, and you're on the list, and just count your blessings that he accepted you.
You are responsible for finding the rest of them that are going into your system.
Oh, God, really? You're not going to do everything for me? He's right about that. He's like, dude, you're going to have to do this yourself and be as big an idiot as me.
But this is a good one. I've had some pretty damn good success with
Damn good success with this one. This is the Solid State Logic channel. Great success with it. Had, of course, now I'm getting clobbered, but I've had great success with it. And, well, what can we read into that? He's getting clobbered. I've had success. I'm not having.
with this. This indicator really helps me progress.
Progress? Is he a progressive? Is he one of these Marxist wannabes?
As a Forex trader back in about 2012, 2013, around that
Oh, boy, poor thing.
time. and it really did
So
progress.
everybody that's been trading Forex since 2008, we've already got a huge advantage on this prop house, vice president of prop house.
Me forward nicely, and I hope
Even ICT blows this guy out of the water. Just saying, on the scale of using ICT as your baseline.
in some capacity it is able to help you as well. Now, a really great thing about this indicator, if you choose to look at it that way, is it doubles.
Oh, here we go with the confirmation, people. Now, this is where you want to make sure you have extra confirmation so you can get in late to the trade. Yes, that's right, people. You could overpay. You're the last guy to show up you show up in the middle of the trend. Oh, I'm going to ride that for the next 40 years on this indicator.
As a confirmation indicator and as an exit indicator.
Well, it should be, because wouldn't you want it to tell you when to sell or buy and reverse the trade? Well, fucking obviously. But look how he states this to people. I mean, I'm sorry, but how smart is he talking to people that have just found the internet? I mean, what in the fuck? Of course, I think a lot of this is so fucking cryptic that when you come up with stuff like SSL channel, chart alert, I mean, this is like you're running a nuclear reactor or something. Gotta be very careful, you know. There's a lot of people's lives at stake out there. There's just reactor melts down. I mean, the seriousness that people take trading with, I think, is just so fucking ridiculous. Because let's face it, you don't know how quickly the market is even going to fill a price. You even get to your price or stop you out. At any moment in time, you could pull the trigger at the market. That trade's available to you from Sunday night until Friday night. You have a gun, and you could shoot at the market. What kind of indicator would possibly fucking help you, other than, if you call this shooting, is that every Asian session that you are below a certain level and you're trying to buy an oversold situation, and you assume there's a trend because 98% of the market's trending, so you're probably going to be right. And you're also going to look at the structure, hopefully. But, you know, that's something you have to look at. You got to look at a building, you know, and see there's 3 floors, and the price is trapped in a building. And some guy was asking for my indicator that makes the candlesticks really fat. I'll put it in this thing. There's some wide candles in there. You just have to change the number that you see in there. It's typically going to be 4, 8, or 6 pixels wide. And you just keep on making them. And I made them into, they look like buildings. Each bar looks like a building. But the structure on the line chart is the framework of a larger building. So practically speaking, you're always inside of a smaller structure, right? You're in a house. In your house are boxes. Your house is a box. Then you step out in the world, and of course, maybe this Earth is round, so it's not a box, but it's another container that has another shape. But you know, the fractal that exists in the market is not pure, because the spread becomes an issue on the 30-second chart. That fractal, you know, trading a breakout and continually getting trapped, if the spread was 0 and 0 commissions, it would still be a bitch to trade it, because it's only moving 5 fucking pips. You'd have to trade so big for 5 pips, and how are you going to put that trade on while the news is coming out without a stop? Probably not, if you don't have enough money in the account to withstand the punishment of that volatility. All this indicator stuff is just so hysterical on its face, because it's just like saying, well, I have a gauge. The tachometer is telling me how fast the engine's going. I've got an oil pressure gauge. I've got all this fucking shit. Okay, but your car is not a normal car. You're putting indicators on something that's abnormal or abnormal. It's just not right. The market doesn't give a fuck. Like I said, once the market starts to move and just go crushing in one direction or another, there's a trade for that, but you're going to have to drop down to a smaller time frame and accept the fractals you see on a 15 or 5-minute chart. When the market's screaming like a whore, you can trade the 1-minute chart, but you can't trade the 1-minute chart in Asia in the same way you trade it when it's screaming like a whore. You can jump on these trains and scalp a little bit, but when it's moving that ferociously, it can turn around. When it's satisfied, it can turn around and back up on you at any moment. And how can you not have some psychological attachment as you go up in size and your equity swings get larger? How can you not be affected by that? Well, if you're trading, the way you're not affected by that is you do it so much you're just numb to it. Obviously, we just take trading and trading and trading. So some guy in the other video, one of Hannah Forex's fans said, I'm trading, I'm doing good on the demo. Hey, keep going. I said, where does it lead? Well, I mean, you could just say the same thing about somebody being really good on guitar. I know this kid, his dad kind of was dad was a guitarist, classic, Les Paul era guitars and Stratocasters, all that stuff. American made, this kind of, true grit. Well, his son plays guitar now. His son shreds, but his son kind of, runs through scales and exercises, but he doesn't have any, he's not playing anything. See, he doesn't have anything to say. He's just reciting poems. He doesn't have anything to say himself. And I think people would wish the market would behave. And I don't know what that has to do with anything, but I guess the point I'm making is that you can't just put, like, even for anything you would look at, like this kid plays guitar really good, but so for the untrained eye, people go, he's really good. Wow, look at how he plays really clean and he plays all these intricate scales. But it's boring because there's nothing really, you kind of know what's going to happen. And I guess that's why the markets are fun, because you don't know what's going to happen. But people aren't used to that. People are used to somebody playing a song and everything that Fleetwood Mac plays has the same beat. In a sense, I mean, you'll hear it and you go, oh, it sounds like so-and-so. Because, yeah, they're doing that indicator, that groove. But the market's not like that. Imagine your favorite rock band, or even this kid that plays guitar. All of a sudden he comes and he starts playing fucking, shows up with an 8-string guitar. Now he shows up with a 16-string guitar. Now he shows up with a 3-string guitar. And then he's got, he shows up with drums. Well, I mean, that's going to be a problem. And I don't think people can handle that in the market. That's how the market is. The market's going to show up and be ridiculous. Just count on it. And this idea that, oh, well, this is what this normally happens. Please show me the normal stuff that happens. Normally what happens is the market quiets down and then it gets loud. But there's no direction in that statement. It's not the market goes sideways and then it goes up, or the market goes sideways and goes down. The market goes sideways and then it moves. And then it goes sideways and it moves. The time that it goes sideways is very short in a fast move. Because it's as if the clocks are changing, and we don't have that problem in real life. That's why people want a Renko chart, because then the clock doesn't change. It's based on volume. So somebody's asking me about volume. It's pointless. You can't trade volume. In other words, I don't want to see it because it has nothing to do with my account, my profit and loss. It's a confirmation torture. It's literally torture. It's what people call confirmation bias. Also, you're kind of giving yourself a false sense of security of, I got this going in my favor. Don't forget the news. We're all done with all this indicator shit. A lot of people say, well, you combine indicators with the news, and wow, but the time it doesn't work, what do you say? I mean, you're always going to be going to the psychic and coming home and having a case of beer and a mountain of blow and say, you know what? Well, she really nailed that. Of course, you discounted anything she said that was kind of like sketchy, but man, she only had to be right about a couple things. You're like, fuck yeah, man. Especially with something really cool, like you used to be a knight in shining armor. That's right, I was. And then you walk around a whole new attitude. Of course, that's better than even a self-help book, I think, at that point. Gosh, I feel great. Let's go try the SSL channel chart alert. So, I don't even know what this guy's... I guess he's helping people. We'll get to the comments later, but I think he's helping people. That's what people are saying. But it wasn't... This is like chart market porn or something. Maybe soft porn. I mean, I don't know what's going on here. Why are people attracted to this? Because I guess in his voice, is that supposed to make me feel like it's like the Brady Bunch kind of, I don't know what's going on here.
There are a lot of you out there that are really struggling with finding a good
balanced diet. He should be like a workout coach. Now, I know a lot of you you like the down dog when it's somebody else that's bending over, but you have to do it.
Exit indicator. So I am all but giving you one right.
Oh, he's giving us. Oh, God, finally, I'm on the list and everything.
Here. But it's really important that you use them both at the same time.
Oh, God, yeah, like a push-pull. Like, baby, you know, I like to be on top sometimes. Yeah, me too.
Kind of tied.
Oh, tired of the bed.
To using both ends of this thing.
Oh, like a double-ended dildo.
And you're going to understand why once we go to my charts and take a look at it.
Oh, boy. And wait till... just brace yourself for the charts, people.
But just understand that before we go forward. And out of all the trend indicators that we talk about, this is a chart indicator. It is the one we probably talk about the least. For those of you who don't remember, the main types of trend indicators in my trend...
Zero cross. Is that like... is that a religious thing? A two-line cross. Chart indicators. Interesting. Three main types. You gotta know this shit, man. You can be making no mind till you learn this goddamn zero cross shit. Now, sit down, shut the fuck up, learn something here.
Indicators video, or the zero cross, the two lines cross, and the chart indicators.
Hot cross buns, baby.
Now, there's a better term for this. They go by overlay indicators, but I just call things whatever makes sense to
Dude, I just want to get laid. I don't care if it's over or under.
Dumb little head, and so I
get underlaid.
Them chart indicators. And you guys know what these are. They are indicators that don't go below the chart. They go on the chart. So
on the chart indicators. I love the Bollinger Bands. I should do a thing about Bollinger Bands because my setting would be like 3. And then people say, I see what you're saying now. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying put your Bollinger Bands on fucking 3, people. And just trade the shit out of them. I'm waiting for my Bollinger Band to touch on the very tippy top there in about 3 months on the 1 hour chart.
Moving averages, Bollinger Bands, you've seen them all. You know what I'm talking about. And that's what's really important.
See, now the zigzag, I figured out closing prices was the best zigzag indicator. You know,
and an added benefit to having one of these.
So it's kind of like jigsaw, but it's called zigzag.
In your system is that it just makes your overall charts cleaner because you don't have a bunch of stuff underneath.
I like clean charts. I'm a real neat freak. You should see my desk. It's very neat. Nothing on it.
You might have that secondary confirmation indicator still sitting underneath it, but that's all.
Oh, God. And here we go about the volume. Add your volume indicator to most likely. Now, this is another thing. Let's consider this. Does anybody have a nice stereo system that they listen to? You've seen the high-end ones, right? Without a fucking volume meter. People kind of figured out, you know what? It sounds like the speakers are about to blow up. Do you really need a fucking volume meter? Do you need a fucking watt LED plasma meters with 5,000 increments on the right and left channel to tell you about to blow up your fucking speakers? Are you kidding me? Some of the highest end shit is just like, there you go. There's your amp. There's volume. Trying to blow it up.
All you're really going to have. And so there are benefits to having one of these in
most likely. Can't this guy be Pacific once in a while?
In your arsenal, if not more.
In your arsenal. Here we go. Ain't no gun grabber here, people. We'll be shooting Marco with some fucking indicators tonight.
Now, before we go look at it and I show you how to install it and use it.
Oh, my.
I talked to a few people about...
You talked to a few people? Oh, fuck. I talked to like 5 people.
This indicator back when I first learned about it.
I talked to the Bollinger Band guy. I met him. I'm not kidding you. So I came up to him. I'm like, oh, hey, Bollinger Band. Because people saying, dude, the Bollinger Band guy's over there. He was just a nice... He just seemed like a guy that... He just had a formula. He's very humble about it. He's like, yeah, well, had to come up with something.
Some ideas. And the only person I knew that used it actually shit on it. He was...
Oh, pardon me? See, now, all of a sudden, the kind of reason I came back to the non-Nazis Forex guy is that kind of abrupt personality shift where he goes from this jovial and singy-songy to motherfucker. And I'm like, wow, I never saw that coming. It's like OJ killing his wife. I mean, nobody saw that coming.
Was a programmer, and sometimes programmers can be good and bad depending on who you talk to.
Well, I'll tell you.
They often have this ability to overthink things, though. And this guy was like, well, all this thing really is a moving average crossover with a double shift, flippity flop. And I'm like, all right, dude, you go ahead and don't use it and sit there and just talk bad about it. I'm going to go use it and see if it works. And guess what? It worked really, really well.
Okay, so there's a no, it worked really, really, really well. Now, this is just mind-blowing. And look at these graphics. Where does he find this shit? Can't he get a hot chick that's a little shrugged, little Atlas shrugged on some hot babe? Like, hey, you know what, Miss South Carolina? Some people in the United States. What the fuck? Only 18 thumbs down, man. I'm telling you what, sometimes that speaks to the gooberness. And these are the 700 comments. It's just published this fucking thing. Just out of the gate. 2 days ago.
Lesson there. Don't sit there and overthink things. Just give it a try and see if it actually works. If it does, who cares?
I agree with him there. He's right about 5% of the time.
Cares what it actually is. I mean, a good number of my top one.
I like astrology and a little Fibonacci with a touch of Renko and sprinkle it with some Ukamushus.
100 indicators are nothing more than just improvements on...
Saving them. Save from rooms for desserts. Honey, we're going to have like we're going to have the... point and figure soup, point and figure tray.
On some of the Dirty Dozen indicators.
The Dirty Dozen. Wow. The Dirty Dozen. Now, I think this is one he says is like the bad indicators like RSI, stochastics. I mean, you're just trying to smooth the data, right? So you're either going to go to, if you're having a problem with stochastics because you're not getting, you have to go to the 5-minute chart. If you have all that fucking lag, this stuff works good on the 15-minute chart, but you could be looking at the 1-hour structures and figure out what's going on. You could have these indicators, but they are so laggy, you're going to have to run them on small time frames.
So I just wanted to cover that before we actually got into this. So let's...
Oh, God, thank God.
Go ahead and go to the charts and get into it.
Okay, brace yourself. A classic candlestick chart. Hollow up, filled in down. This is right out of the gate MetaTrader default from a particular broker that has this kind of... Every broker has a different default.
And here we go. We are at the Euro-Yen daily chart. And what I did is you're going to see in the description a link that takes you to a place where you can
all of a sudden he's loud as fuck. Okay. Wow, look at that fucking sell right there. Now, from a breakout standpoint, this daily chart, granted, this is a little risky, and there's probably a better fill on the 4-hour chart, but or there's probably a double top with inside this doji. We just would assume. with half a fucking brain, if we'd understand what fractals are, that we know inside of this doji is some type of unique, well, it's low volatility. And the whole fucking day is low volatility. We also had this, this must be Sunday night on his broker here. See, Sunday night, he's only printing, so we know that's Sunday. These Havana babies and stuff like that. So here we have this doji, then slams down, takes out this low, traps all the goobers, or just fills this up. We've seen this a million times. And auction theory tell you that this is unfair value. There's new lows in the vacuum, structurally speaking. And here, back up into the doji. Sellers come in. Now, this game of zigzag, zigzag, zigzag is probably worth some money on the 4-hour and 1-hour charts. This probably looks like the most insane sell-off. Look at this doji here. You could get in on just candlesticks only. If your stops here, you didn't get stopped out and you made this. You didn't really make a lot. You're rarely going to make a lot of money. You could have drawn a trend line on either closing prices here, or he also says trend lines don't work, or here, and you're getting in at dojis only. Very simple, clean, really no-brainer shit. Look at this fucking doji fill. Fill to the south side, never gets stopped out. Unfucking believable. This is what I'm saying. When the market's ripping down, the lower time frame, or when things get quiet, it's just a classic entry. You can't just get in one ticket though. You could have here, and you're going to wish you were in bigger. But if you're going to trade in the daily multiple currency pairs, you have to have a doji trade plan.
Download it.
A doji trade plan. You see a doji, you gotta get in. Up or down. Here's Sunday night. So, this is probably Sunday night here too. Something like that, because those two small bars, they're like gap open. You don't get to see this dash. This, you don't have that in Forex. It's got to be Sunday. And hopefully you can perceive here that this is all going to be fresh buying opportunity. This is new selling opportunity. And when you take out these rooftops after this big thing, you never see this price again, but you do fill this hole. This void gets filled. Flags out. That's 2 days. That's a lot of money in 2 days. There's your 2-day run. But you have to be buying at the market at the end of the day, and you've already got buy limit pendings here. These are amazing fucking moves. This triangle breakout. It's a lot of money in one day. Low, tight stop. Low volatility situation. You go from sideways to explosive. Explosive. What's next? Sideways. More sideways. Then a nice run. Almost make it to this line. Not quite. And actually, this is not his line. This is the bid. Right now, coming back. So, let's let him continue this guy. I don't know his motivation. I'll get it. He's like some Illuminati mind melt.
Sometimes putting up actual indicator links themselves up in the description can be a little tricky, so I just did it that way. Now, this is also not the place where I downloaded my original one. I had to go get it again. I've had 2 computer crashes in the last, I don't know, about 5 years.
Does he have one computer? He's a prop house trader with one computer. Yeah, the computer crashed. I was like, fuck, man.
And some of the indicators I did not save on an external hard drive or a thumb drive, but
Well, you could just use candlesticks. I could show you how to trade candlesticks. You need a bullish candle and a bearish candle trade, and you need a small
did
move
write
trade.
them down.
So you need like let's just put doji along with hammer, along with pin bar is always going to be high volatility. So giant bar, there's high volatility trades and low volatility trades. There's nothing else. There's nothing else. Why is this guy? He got sucked in, and of course the gooberness that gloms onto these people, it's just unbelievable. I mean, but how can you blame these people? They want an answer. They're like, I weigh 500 pounds. Can I get down to 300 pounds? Do you have a diet book? Yes, we have the moving average. What's a Bollinger Band book,
So I was able to go retrieve them. But this is not exactly the same one I used before. So if you find this one being buggy or repainting for whatever reason, just know there are other places you can go find this. I doubt you're going to have a problem with it. But this is the first place I looked that had a good one. So let's go set it up. Now here are the inputs. And now this, the word alert is in the SSL channel chart alert indicator. We are daily chart traders. We don't really need alerts going off, and nor would...
I forgot he's a daily chart trader. So why would he use these indicators on the daily charts is what I don't get either. It's mind-boggling. If you're going to use indicators, why don't you use them on the 4-hour chart? At least they work. You see any divergences showing up on the dailies? Yeah, in 3 months. This guy must be the lowest fucking frequency goober on the planet.
Would you want to? And I'll go into that in a minute. So make sure all of these say false before we go any further.
Okay.
So we'll just leave it on the default settings on 10.
He set it 10 now. This must be 10 period moving average. It's very German, very metric.
Now, as far as colors go, if I have green over here, I don't really want green in here, so I'm just going to switch the long value to aqua.
Another problem with indicators is like, what color are they? I prefer a grayscale setup. If I could get Windows to force a grayscale, it'd be amazingly nice and easy to look at. And but the color problem is like, what does that color mean? Is that blend with the other colors?
And then you're pretty much good to go.
Pretty much good to go. Now, to me, what that looks like, of course, these are crossing over, but for the most part, to me, it looks like a moving average of highs and lows. And this is the most wackadoodle, and that's based on a 10-period crossover, to me, it looks like. But you can see how you're going to miss some of the good trades here. Because what he's going to do is, he's going to combine this indicator with price action, confirmation.
Now here is what we're looking for. You will notice that when the blue line is over the red, that signifies a long, and then it will flip in between candles. And the first candle you see afterwards will be your entry candle. And like anything, remember the indicators basics video. We always wait for the candle to close before we enter. You're going to see in some spots, like right here, I guarantee you, during the course of this candle, because it actually goes this far, this thing flipped short. But when the candle closed, it closed way up here, and this thing was nowhere near flipping short, and it stayed long for a while. So,
holy shit. So what he's saying is, which is so funny, is that it crossed over, and actually, to me, I would be buying that. Of course, most people, if they understand how to trade a moving average, and this is why these kind of ridiculous indicators that try to do all sorts of weird, fancy shit and have these interesting rules, that here actually flipped down, and I would have bought that. That's the pullback. It's also structurally coming back to this top. But you're really supposed to be buying, if these moving averages are pointing up, you should be looking for entries that are low risk. People that trade flags are going to have buy stops here, and they're going to make money just on stop entry. They could also have limits that are very tight on the daily. So in the daily, you might get that amazing fill. That's what you're looking for, is to come back and dip into this. But he's saying at this point, it said sell, and I should, because this thing's sensitive to maybe closing prices, and it's making some assessment. It's making a very harsh decision because it's got this crossover bullshit. But this is no different. I mean, it's like he said, the programmer says piece of shit. Yeah, it's a fucking piece of shit. Because what is it saying here? Oh, this crossed over. Should look to sell. Okay, but yeah, how are you getting in that trade? He's no fucking trades on this thing. You could just see how stupid this is. Hopefully, you can just see how retarded this is.
So that's one of the reasons why you want to take alerts off, because back when this thing was teetering back and forth, you probably got a million alerts you didn't want. Oh,
I would want those though. See, just like all the alerts I was getting here as we come in and cross over. But I want an alert over here too. I want alerts all. I want every fuck. Just look at the goddamn candlestick chart. Why are you putting all this stuff on top of reality? Does it work? So I like the setting of like 14.5. He's got it on 10, but I back tested at 8. It works better.
Always wait for the candle to close when you are trading with indicators, and this one is no exception. Now, this would have been a loss. That would have been a loss. That would have been a loss. Traders, this is where your volume indicator comes into play.
Are you fucking kidding me? So, about 2 minutes ago is as far as I got into this video. Now, this is all fresh territory to me, and I'm just blown away. Not only am I going to look at this harebrained fucking line that's getting in the way of my candles, I'm going to look down at the bottom for volume, and I'm going to make some assessment that there's a lot of volume that typically, because when I back tested two things, I found that my results are slightly better. What is he talking about? Like, what is his version of back testing? Is this like, well, I've got 2 cars. I got 10 cars. I'm sorry, the top 100 cars in his garage. Most of them get down the road. I mean, they hit shit, but they get where they're going. Sure, they kill people, but that's not the problem. I mean, that's not the criteria for success. It's just, is it getting somewhere? That's the criteria. So now what, right? I mean, can't you do better than just running over people to get to the store in your fucking harebrained crossover? How loud is the stereo? I got volume meters in the car. I shouldn't blow out the stereo system. We shouldn't go deaf.
These weren't gigantic losses, but they were losses you don't want, and a good volume indicator should have erased at least half of those.
How does a volume indicator erase half of your trades? Now, mind you, this guy has a checklist. He probably gets up in the morning, check the volume. This is, what was the volume yesterday? It seemed like he asked the people in the room. He has a prop house, don't forget. Hey, guys, what do you guys think of the volume this morning compared to yesterday? Well, hey, boss, seems like it's a little bit up. And what do you think, Joe? It's a little bit down. Okay, let's go halvesies on this. Let's just put a butterfly spread on.
But when it started trending, it got good, as we can see right here. As soon as it flipped short, you would have entered here, and this would have all been yours.
It would have all been yours because you would never get out of that trade. Don't forget, if you're dumb enough to trade this guy's system, then when you got your shit whipsawed to death here and took off half of your shitty trades because of somehow your volume indicator got rid of those nasty, dirty dozeners, and then you fucking rode this all the way down to here because you're like, let your profits run. Well, what were you saying here when you thought this was going to cave in, or here when you thought it was going to cave in, or even here when it caved in and then you got out of the trade here and then watched it go down because you're like, oh fuck, I'm finally making money, I'm going to get the fuck out of me. Jesus Christ. You get in here, you ride it to here, and you're like, oh God, this is great. And then you're like, oh fuck. Or you moved your trailing stop. Don't forget, money management. I did what you said, boss. I had my stop was here, and here, and they stopped me out. And I left this money on the table, and then I'm like, oh fuck, if I just would have run a tighter stop, I could have rode it right to here, like a wider stop. Well, better luck next time. I shouldn't be so tight with my stop. Now, if you had your stop here, 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 it's a whole different. When people say they're back testing, well, I back tested 8 pips back with a stop as opposed to 10, and I got slightly different results. Well, no shit, Sherlock. If you back tested every fucking setting you could possibly put on a fucking strategy, you got a million fucking back tests. Yeah, but, dude, You still got to have the fucking psychological fucking balls to get in and out of these markets. You really get, because if that was the case, you just pay somebody $1,000 to go, hey man, what I want you to do is this, and they'd write it, but it ain't going to be written. There's no way that you're going to have one robot that can ride. And not only, well, I guess, don't forget, the spread was wide during this wick, but this move here is almost, the wick on that, or the top of that bar is almost as big as all these fucking days added up. Don't forget that. That's, oh boy, I don't even know. How does this guy do it? What is his angle? Why does he torture us?
Mitigating any losses you would have had.
Mitigating any, speaking those big words, he must know what the fuck he's talking about.
Because this thing also acts as an exit indicator, like I said. You can just ride this thing all the way down.
You can? He said that twice. Not everybody's going to ride, trust me, man. And if they did ride that all the way down, what's the chances that they're like, holy shit, like, I think I'm going to let my profits run. So they move their stop to here where they got in. And they go, oh, I almost got stopped. They get out here and they're like, anybody ever do that? This guy's kidding, like with his, like, yeah, this is what you're going to do.
And not exit until it flips positive again. And you would have gotten that right here. So,
yeah, in a formal curve-fitted back test, yes, you're curve-fitting the back test.
Well, let's see what that would have been. We enter here. Right about to here. I don't know, 335, 340 pips. Not bad.
Wow, 300. That's a big number of pips. Dude, that took fucking 20 days to happen. Are you kidding me?
Now, going forward, if you remember, it's an old podcast that if you have one of these super huge, goofy candles that screw up your indicators, this one probably...
I love this. Now, this is the funniest shit. This is what they say to power trading. Well, I hope that news isn't going to fuck up our analysis.
Didn't. But
really, this is another big fucking hilarious thing. Yeah, you know, it's crazy, but we were out driving the car and we fell into a canyon. I hope this doesn't fucking throw the alignment I just had done. It doesn't fuck up the car.
You might not have entered this trade, but if you did, it was good. I know the ATR is pretty low right here. That was at least a small win.
The ATR was... This guy's all over the mind. He's using a 14-period ATR. Yeah, and over here, you know, she was still in a relationship, although we did get in the back seat of her car and have some really hot sex.
That was not, but then this was really nice. So you're kind of trading off small losses that are sometimes going to be negated by a volume indicator. Or
sometimes be negated by, or what did he call it? Something else. Sometimes. And, but we all know you're going to ride these entries that are good because you're going to hang in there for as many pips as you can squeeze out until you get the reversal signal.
Or a secondary confirmation indicator.
Or a secondary confirmation indicator like she doesn't have AIDS or she doesn't have a sore on her private parts.
Hopefully getting in these really...
Yeah, hopefully getting in is my goal. That's the whole reason I'm trading, so I can be Tom Vu and just be like littered with beaver.
Nice trends, because when they're good, they are good. And you have...
When they're good, they're good. Tell me about it. It was all great until she started to talk to herself more than I do.
That nice little exit indicator following...
I can see the writing on the wall. I think they say, oh, honey, what do you want for dinner? I don't know. What do you want for... I don't know. Okay, you know what? I'm going to kill you.
Trade all the way up. So you would have entered here.
All the way up. Till the teeth floated.
And exited right here. And then if all your other indicators say go ahead, you can...
If all your other stupid-ass, laggy bitch indicators say, or your friends and family say, yeah, go ahead and marry her. She looks like a good catch.
Just start going short right here. This trade's winning for sure.
Look, it's winning for sure. Totally. I'm so sure. Well, maybe because it's going down into this hole here, or maybe it's done going up in that hole. I mean, this indicator guy is just pure Pure nonsense Forex.
It had some drawdown.
It has some drawdown. Okay. Well, you know what? She did need some work. You know, she needed a lip job and a boob job, and
which might have been a little scary, especially on that very first day when it shot up.
The first date was scary, but I liked it.
Up the other way. But as you can see, once the candle closed,
once you slammed the door in your face,
you were still within that little safe zone. This thing,
oh man, safe space for everybody. Okay, people.
Never flipped.
Oh, she flipped all right. She flipped right out.
Sometime in the course of the day it did, but as long as...
Man, this guy must be trading like 3 trades a year.
As you didn't panic and you let the system do what it is designed to do.
The system do what it's designed to do. Well, just write an EA for God's sakes, man. It's a modern world. You don't have to. You should have an EA that's written. And when he says back test, I wonder, is he doing that thing where people like forward march it and they go, okay, here's my checklist, and then they hem and haw, and then they say, they don't make objective decisions. They say like discretionary trading, like, yeah, you know what, I like it, but you know, the news is the last thing on my list, and it just negated the whole trade once I heard the news, you know.
You stayed in this thing, and you reaped the benefits.
Yeah, until we got divorced. I mean, it's the best sex of my life.
So this is just one example on one chart.
And we're all exhausted and we want to kill you.
The default settings.
The default settings. Now let's tweak it a little.
But once you start combining this with things and start tweaking the settings and playing with...
Tweak it. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, a tweaker. We got a tweaker.
With it, you can really find something good.
Huh. Yeah, once you get her some better clothes and have her go to the gym, now we're talking.
And if I can remember, once...
I was a little drunk, but boy, that first date.
Another video comes out in the future. This indicator is going to come into play again.
Oh no, she's coming back on tour. I love to see her live.
It is useful. Maybe not in your system, and maybe you have already found something you like better, and that's great. I hope you have.
Oh.
But for now, this sucker is an asset.
Sucker? I didn't hear that. I did not see that coming either. This sucker is, it has been good in the past.
To have in your collection.
In your collection. I'm going to dust off the old, what is it? God, isn't there, what kind of indicator is there we're missing out on? Oh, yeah, I think it's called the Relative Vigor Index. The funniest thing is inside the MT4 platform, next to relative strength, is the relative vigor. And I'm like, I don't, really?
And all you had to do was watch a 13-minute video that a lot of you were going to watch anyway. But for brand new viewers to this channel, you are really going to want to catch up. I will try to provide all the appropriate videos and podcast episodes.
Appropriate material. It's age restricted stuff.
Episodes down below that assist you in using this indicator, because you
consider yourself assisted. Thank you very much. I've fallen and I can't get up.
Really have to know how important it is to let the candles close first.
Let the candles close, people. Don't be so impatient. What I learned trading indicators, how to be very patient. Waiting for the candle to close. Are we there yet?
And how to trade right before the end of the day. Because those two things are really important, because you might have made a really big mistake right here, especially had you not have known those two things.
Oh boy. And I don't like to make mistakes. You and I both know that.
But there's a real art to trading indicators, and it's not a really difficult art to learn, but once...
And here's where we go down this rabbit hole of discretionary thinking. The art of trading. So people have asked me, I guess there's an art to it then. There's no... Yeah, I think there's more art than it is indicator. Would you use indicators to do art, honestly? Can you imagine? I guess people do. Paintbrush that's 8 pixels wide as opposed to the 16 pixel wide. There are formats. There is technique. Maybe the indicator's like a dialed in color. It's better to mix your colors on the canvas. This way you get micro colors than to have out of the jar paint by number, right? Paint by number has a specific look to it. It's interesting. There's solid colors, but there's no blend. I have a buddy that is OCD, and he did a paint by number, and I thought he did it to try to blow my mind, like just to fuck with me. Like, look, I did this paint by number, and I'm like, you're kidding, right? And then he framed it, and I'm like, you're really kidding now, right? And he gleefully smiled, and he was proud to show it. He said, when you come over, I got to show you something. Now, I was just a joke about paint by number because I thought, well, this is for the true goober. Of course, he was so exacting at it. The guy's a perfectionist, so everything was exact. And he actually called the company. I'm not kidding you. And he said, there's not enough black in the kit. He was very upset. This guy is literally one of those people. Like, his personality is so that guy that he's got a very concerned look on his face, and he calls with all the sincerity of the most serious person and said, there's not enough black in the kit for me to finish the painting. When do you think you could send me some more paint? And I mean, they sent him more paint. I guess he wanted to keep the same pigment lot, but I don't even think he thought that, because why didn't he just go out and buy some more black? But he felt like the company owed it to him because he found it to be their mistake they need to make up for. He's so funny. I mean, but God, the thing was so fucking immaculately painted. He said it took him 6 months. And if he made a mistake, he'd kill himself. He could be a real perfectionist doing something. It could really backfire in the market. It's not really paint by number. It's just very, if you look at the auction theory, indicators don't see the auction. So they're really momentum indicators. Everything in here, even volume, you can run a moving average of volume and see momentum in volume. But what does it actually tell you? Is it telling you no, at the end of the day, absolutely for certain, all my stuff lines up, get in this trade. And if that's true, then really get in heavy and really risk a lot, because like he said, if you rode this move down here, that as if you're going to make these 300 pips, right? After you just lost 100, 100, 100, 100, getting chopped to death here. Getting whipsawed. That's another thing, my buddy, paint by number guy. We used to trade stocks together. We bought Pan Am at $1 a share. We thought Pan Am was going to come back. This is 1977. 78. We thought Pan Am stock was how could they go out of business? Too big to fail.
You get these things ingrained in your head. It's like riding a bike. Any new indicator.
It's more like riding a fucking circus bike.
You come across, how to pretty much optimize the best you can and how to get the most out of it. And
why don't you just tell us the magical settings then? That's another thing about tweaking, is that say you buy an amplifier that has EQ, or you decide to buy very small speakers or very large speakers. You do something bizarre with monoblocks and just harebrained shit. Ribbon drivers, electrostatic speakers, weird configurations, mount them to the ceiling. Just go fucking nuts. Is that okay?
That makes testing and using and trying these things out a lot easier.
Does it sound better? Oh boy. What the fuck just happened?
You need to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell. Don't miss anything.
Wow. I feel bad for the people that sign up for this stuff.
Cover everything. We talk about the stuff you absolutely shouldn't be using, because if you're stuck using some of the tools that are out there, or if you're stuck falling into the same traps that most traders fall into, it really doesn't matter what I show you. So some of those videos are super important. You need to watch those. And then we show you how to build a system that you can pretty much put on autopilot, keep emotions out of it, and just let it make money for you over and over again. Now, this is the opposite of how most traders trade, but most traders lose, and we don't want to be like them. So if that sounds good to you, come over to our site, or at least check out my beginner's video and
well, nobody that uses an indicator would lose.
Let it kind of guide you through the early parts, and take the time to watch some of those videos and just see what you think. I think this channel is really going to be a breath of fresh air for you. But for the rest of you, click the link down below to go to the place where this indicator is.
Okay, so I wanted to get to the comments, and I realized that it's been an hour of joking around, but it's 711 comments last time I looked. It's probably up more than that. Look, I only made it 5 minutes into Ranko, and I lost my fucking mind. That didn't take long. Didn't take long for me to just say, I can't take it. Homie, don't play that. The Dirty Dozen. Oh, I gotta watch that. This guy is a gold mine of insanity. The only thing he has ATR, but he's using 14 period. I'm using a 1 period ATR. I'm using a 1 period moving average. So I don't have any filters. I just straight trading. 211 comments. I don't know. I thought it was 700. So here we go. I signed up for email, but I have seen anything sent by you. I think he means not. Thanks. You know, if you can form a better sentence, maybe we'll send you some shit. How did you even sign up when you can't even speak in a complete sentence? And yes, I got them all on TradingView, but I didn't have to go to a single website. Gonna have a few drinks to this tonight. So this guy's gonna get drunk and watch. I do recommend that for this guy. Who else could endure it? Oh, he comes back, Mr. Vortex, 5 Vortex. And this guy's some intelligent. Is this like? Isn't that college speak? Fraternity, Phi. VP, one day I'm gonna repay you in some way. Oh God. VP for president, fuck yeah. Completed my algo flow charting in my head. Embarking on C and Pantheon. Gonna automate it and smash crypto with it as well. Boy, man, I mean, I hope it works out for this guy. What could possibly go wrong? Doing the flow charting in my head, then on paper. Here in the UK, we can... Oh, God, he's in the UK? Jesus. Dude, what are you watching this goober for? So back to some NZD CAD and caught some lovely 4 to 5 day moves at 1.3% and 30x leverage. Oh, God, you poor thing. 30x leverage. They raped those people, man. Dude, you could get 1,000 to 1, 500 to 1 leverage, 400 to 1 leverage. Go to Russia, Jesus Christ. You're in the fucking UK. Pay the fucking taxes. Go to Russia. Wow, no losses. Not a single loss. Now live test and double check for repainting with paper trading account. So what he just traded. I'll be manually trading while I study automation. Gratitude. Oh my God. I hope nobody ever says anything like that about my channel. This guy needs help. Good vid. You gotta be cringing if somebody's that fucking head over here. Like, it's gotta be like a paid, what do they call those people? Plants in the audience. Looks great as usual, but I'm using MT5 and it does not appear there. Well, what the fuck are you using MT5 for, idiot? Yet again, just another pin to stab in the dark. I don't know why he doesn't just tell you exactly what indicators are required to trade successfully. I guess I got lucky. 15 years ago, my mentor wasn't so closed. Yeah, I don't know why this guy withholds, like, I'm not going to tell you my algorithm, you know. This I'm not going to tell you. Oh my God, President. Now, this is working? So how about the, oh my God, somebody asked me about this. The Arun indicator. Has anybody seen the Arun indicator? I mean, just the name alone, you have to say something. There's something wrong here, people. So how about the Arun up and down with the CMF? Which is better? Should she have hazel eyes and red hair or blue eyes and red hair? Which one do you like better? They're both out of their fucking mind, buddy. Stay away. I am having the CMF and the Aeron. What else are you going to have? And I put the solid state logic into the chart, and many of the signal contradicting with each other. Oh, that's not good. You want confirmation. What should I do now? Well, have you considered like a cocaine habit? How about, he's going to answer this one. Just because I give out or show indicators doesn't mean they all work together. Yeah, you know what? You don't want to mix the benzos with the heroin so much. You could die. I'd check with your local prescription. I'd go find your own and measure them against each other. Yeah, do a hit of each a little bit. Kind of test drive your nervous system on each drug. See how you react to the drug. I mean, everybody's different, right? Yeah, what's your metabolism, buddy? Oh, this guy at so-and-so, you will find the same indicator signal arrow. It's called the, wow. Indicators are not the problem, people. That's not the answer. Doing more drugs is not the answer. You have to look in the mirror and just accept that you're a fucking loser. Thanks once again. Sadly, this indicator is for MT4 and does not port 1-to-1 to MT5. Oh, look at this guy. Does not port 1-to-1. I think we have a computer guy. Any chances there's an MT5 version? Just get MT4, you fucking idiot. Good Lord, who's using MT5? It sucks dick. The amount of indicators out there is overwhelming. I must confess, sometimes I feel a bit disheartened. Yeah, where's a girl for me? I mean, there's so many bitches at the bar. Isn't there one I can marry? I'm disheartened. It's nice having videos like this one. It's like getting a pat on your back. A word of encouragement. That a boy, there you go. After a while, you just tweak that indicator a little bit. You'd be fine. You know what? Get a couple girls and just tweak them. Thanks, VP, as usual. God, these must be repeat offenders. For users of efficacy and trades, you need to... Oh. If you like redheads, go to like dataredhead.com. Brilliant work, VP. Thanks. Brilliant. God. Brilliant. You brilliant manipulator, you. I can't tell you everything that's good for you. You are the best. Help, help, help. How in the heck do you get the downloaded file in the indicators in MT4? Son, you're going to have to learn directories. Do you have a copy of Windows 3.1 around? You could learn how to like colon /. What do you think about Martin trend trading strategy? Don't you mean the Martin? I don't know. I just don't know if the Martin one is as good as the Logan one. Yes, definitely breath of fresh air. Really? That's 21 hours ago. Thank you. Keep up the good videos. I thought keep up the good work is what we like to say around here. For your information, I signed up for the email list more than one time in the past 6 months. I search no nonsense in my Gmail account every 2 months, and I have received no emails yet. You poor thing. This guy's twisting in the wind waiting for this no-nonsense guy to get his computer fixed. Nice indicator, VP. Unfortunately, it's not for me. I'm a chubby chaser. I like them big. It's too tight. It's too tweaked down. Nonetheless, I'd still like to thank you from the bottom of my heart because you took my trading to the next level. Okay, we got somebody who's finding value here. So I forgot what I said. I guess I was wrong. Somebody's benefiting. I watched almost all your videos religiously. Okay, we got a fucking Scientologist here. Although I'm demo trading at the moment. Okay, well that might make a difference psychologically. It took his trading to the next level, but not to a live account yet. I don't know if he took it. I thought he was going to say, I'm killing it. I have something that's going to do some serious damage to the market. What? Although I'm in demo trading at the moment, I have something that's going to do some serious damage to the market in the long run. Like he's going to go out and hunt down other traders and make... In the past 3 months, I had more wins than losses. Currently, have a win rate of 62%. That doesn't mean anything. You can blow up your account with a win rate of 62%. Once I close my upcoming fourth... Oh, Jesus, wait a minute. Read more. This guy's nailing it. So we have here. Once I close my upcoming 4 trades, I'll bump up 67%. Once you close them out. Okay, so dude, just a little bit of a hint to help here. Pro tip: you're not out of the trades yet. You're assuming profits you haven't even got to. These are probably your targets they're going to take, right? Once I close, dude, unless you closed out, you're no way you're fucking guaranteed anything. Your win rate could go to fucking 30%. I mean, I could just blow up the account right now. Currently, I'm studying your risk management videos, and I'm implementing those into my trading plan. Oh my God, you really? I'm implementing those. Yeah, what I did was I made sure I got a prenuptial and all the shit's in my name. Like you said, you have the greatest system in the world. But if your money risk management sucks, your strategy will not save you. That is true. Cheers. I think this guy's from overseas. That's what they say with their cheers. That's like saying thanks, I think. Oh, from Toronto. Trader from Toronto. I didn't know they had traders in Toronto. Awesome. Another little bump steer in the direction by none other than yours truly. Talk about paying it forward. Maximum appreciation. Good Lord, man. Wow, this is only your 50 to 100 range of your top 10 must be next level. Yeah, really. Where's the top 10, man? And then he has a dirty dozen. See, this guy mentioned that fucking range thing, so he's about like this comment if you're still looking for a good volume indicator. Oh boy. It really gets tiring reading somebody's negative comments or questions that is obviously the person hasn't went through, you mean gone through, all of the lessons. If you have a question, follow instructions before asking. Yeah, you know what? Don't Don't overcook your Pop-Tart, buddy. Read the directions. Yeah, way too much. So here, no nonsense is like, yeah, way too much to ask for some people. I used to feel bad ignoring questions. God, I almost don't ignore any question. I just come right back and trump people. I go for the Trump. I just can't resist the fucking lash out. Thanks, VP, for that indicator. Since I started watching your videos, it's helped me improve the way of trading. 1,000% or 1,000 plus. There you go. We got a winner. Thanks for the vid, as well as the last podcast regarding your email group. I was not getting the emails. Appreciate your work here. Also, great hints in this video about your other indies. I think that means indicators. Thanks, mate. Yeah, well, thanks, mate. Thank you, VP. He's called VP. Vice President, I think. Awesome channel and improved my trading a lot. How is that happening? How is this improving people's trading? Will somebody please show me the trades this guy's doing with this fucking thing? Anything this guy, he never fucking does a trade on this goddamn thing. He just talks in fucking harebrained, like, what ifs. All I see in the comments and here, finally, a realist every now and then. Look at this got best comments ever made on YouTube. Here we go with Cornell Tamushk. All I see in the comments and replies is love and appreciation to you and from you. How can not appreciate the honesty and professional from VP to his 10,000 family members? Huh? I thought he was going to be a critic. God, everybody's gushing over this guy. Awesome. Thank you so much, sir. What the fuck has happened to people? They just been hit by a fucking dumbstick? Everybody's like, I guess these people are just like, yeah, I mean, they're just falling for this indicator bullshit. Can't thank you enough, VP. But I have one question. You didn't tell us what the reason is why it's better to use both entry and exit. No, you're not. You're kidding me. How dumb is this fucker? He had to edit it too. You didn't tell us what's the reason why it's better to use it for both entry and exit. Oh, maybe an exit's somebody else's entry. Oh, I never thought it was like, you mean like trading? You mean there's somebody taking the other side of my trade? Oh, he's going to reply, oh, this should be precious. I did. Oh, my God. That's blunt. Rewatch the video. I did not. Thanks for commenting. I mentioned it. You could go, but no, I did. Full stop, period. Rewatch the video. Nobody gave that a thumbs up. I just sat my wife down to watch this and she laughed. I taught her how to trade on the SSL. Needless to say, she figured out volume way before me and some weird chop zone indicator to say, stay out of sideways channels. Yeah, that's 80% of the market, dude. So just stay out of the market. Needless to say, he's always doing needless to say with his wife. Needless to say, she whooped my ass pipping for a while. Yeah, probably did. You're a fucking idiot. Yeah, because girls aren't overthinking it. They couldn't. They can't. Great info as always. God bless you, VP. You're going to heaven, buddy. I'm getting awesome back testing results with 2 confirmation indicators. They work on metals. I like when the guy says they don't work together. Yeah, because they're the same fucking kind of indicator, right? Well, my moving averages are all confirming. Of course. They work on metals too. 70% win on silver. Oh my God, would you back test the spike from when it spiked to $49? Yeah, man, I fucking cleaned up. Yeah, I back tested like you said, and for a while there was killing it. My overall average is 77% when I back tested on silver. Did you go back 40 years? No, I didn't go back 40 years. I mean, I'm going to see how I can use this to my advantage. Oh, boy. You're going to see how, is there some way I can use this 77% win rate on silver to my advantage? I tweaked it just like you said. I curve fitted it, and it's fucking killing it. In back testing, found it in 2 seconds on TradingView. Wow, look at you. What a fucking, look at this guy. In 2 seconds, he found the indicator on TradingView, and it's already applied to my chart. Oh, he's already got it up and running. Fuck. Good work. You're gonna be good. In our prop house of fucking morons that follow strict fuck structure, we're looking at the indicators. Fuck the road. Dude, you don't see the car overheating. Look at the oil gauge. It's perfect. I know we're running out of road. We're going to hit a canyon. So, do you see the speedometer having a problem? Do you see the oil pressure having a problem? We've got all full indication that everything's okay. Oh, you mean, who needs structure to drive on? We're fine. Look at the dashboard. Shut the fuck up. God damn, you know what we paid for these indicators? With all your distaste for outdated indicators. Oh no. Yeah, like RSI. With all your distaste for outdated indicators, I would recommend TradingView. You can't beat charts and easy use. Boy, do the trading ideas on there look dumb now. You mean like all the Gartley patterns I suppose he's talking about? I used to stare at people's ideas and think, why can't I be like them? Yeah, maybe that. Yeah, at least look at the guys at the gym with the muscles. Why can't I be like that? Because you don't fucking lift weights and take steroids all day, dude. Why can't I be like them? No, it's all support and resistance and whatever else looks like a nightmare. Yeah, I know support and resistance looks like a nightmare, even though that's how the market functions. It's crazy. And think, why can't I be like them now? I don't know if he's talking about people draw support resistance. Because I'm having success for the first time. Thanks from a happy lady in Denver, Colorado. It's a girl. I guess I should have looked at the name. She talks like a guy. You're fast for a girl. 2 seconds on TradingView. Huh. So, what SSL looks very similar to what I came up with. I use a combo of, oh, Jesus Christ, here we go. Bollinger Bands, and oh my God, I can't even read it. All sorts of stuff, and then she's got really nice lingerie. Median Bollinger Band point. See what happens to cross over the universal. By the way, I don't use MetaTrader, but might try it. Wow. Man, incredible. The world of indicators. The trading platform I use is South State Logic, TFT, GAN. Oh, God, GAN. Don't get me started. What is RVI? Relative Volume Index, maybe? They don't accept MT4 or MQ programming. I would have to write code myself into their programming language. I have no problem doing that. I just need to know the code. Sir, yes, sir, I will go ahead and I will trade indicators even if it means fucking building my own tank. Hi, BP. Once again, thanks. Can the indicator be used on TradingView? Yeah, dumb shit. No idea. Oh my God. No idea. I haven't heard of TradingView until you guys came around. Dude, I've heard of TradingView for fucking, 5 years now? 7 years? Oh, God. You ever heard of fucking Aspen Graphics? You ever heard, dude, there's like fucking, do you ever go to that site that has like 20 platforms? Indeed. Indeed, it's there. Many thanks. Running my computer to play around with this before work. I was like, it was like I was asleep. God bless you, my friend. Man, these people, it's like a religious experience, you know. I love this channel. Thanks, VP. I look forward to having a play with this. I wasn't sure if I was still on your list. Yeah, your kiss is on my list. So, gosh, I don't know what to say. Awesome. Thank you. Good pick. Definitely got to watch your other videos. Good luck. If you like to be talked down to. I like to be talked to like a fucking 5-year-old. Come here, Johnny. Would you like a cookie? They're good. You're going to like, if you like that cookie, you could just tweak it and put like more or less chips in it. Anyways, that's my total nonsense Forex review.